So, welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We are two sisters in fiber coming to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, in two separate locations because both of us are post-con.
I'm tired.
And if you've never been to a convention, it's kind of like working Christmas rush and working at a liquor store New Year's Eve. Like it's
I'll
it's,
take your
it's
word
a
for it.
lot
I've
of
never
energy.
done that.
I've done both. Um, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of fun. And if you go to conventions, you know exactly what we mean. But
Worth it.
day
There are
one
no
after,
regrets.
no,
We have
none,
no regrets.
none whatsoever. But
We're just gonna complain
I'm,
about we're tired. We did it to
it's a,
ourselves, and we're gonna do it again.
oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. No
Oh,
regrets.
no regrets.
But tired.
But it does mean we're
So
a little
tired.
tired. This is going to be our 72nd episode. We're recording on Monday, July the 30th. So we're into August as of tomorrow.
That's scary.
What? Isn't that scary? And I'm Jocelyn. My co-host is.
Diana.
And for better or worse, we're going to super not concisely cover knitting and fiber and sewing and whatever else pops into our brains. As a side note, things are still alive. I am still sneezing. Deal with it, guys. This is if you think they annoy you, you have no idea how much they annoy me. I have to live with them. So I'm still snuffling. Whatever. It won't go away till winter comes around, and
Apparently,
now
I'm
you have a
snuffling
better
too. I'm right
understanding
there with
why
you. Oh my goodness.
I'm excited for winter because I don't sneeze as much then. It's
Also, it's
really
plus
kind of
30
nice.
today, and I'm wearing a hat because I had a shower right before this, and my hair's just doing its own thing. So, hat. Wonder
Weirdo.
of hats.
Weirdo.
Anyway,
I
things
live in
we're
an air
covering
conditioned
today.
basement.
Um, we are covering What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, Yarn on the Go, So Little Time, and events. And we're going to do it quickly because tired.
That's just, you just cursed us. Every time we say we're going to do it quickly, it ends up being twice as long as normal because tangents. Thanks,
Uh,
man. You did it
I
to
mean,
yourself.
we're going to be long and rambly.
It's more accurate.
Shifty eyes, shifty eyes.
All right, shall we start with what's in our cup?
Yeah, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm having some, it's called Peppermint Detox. It's actually peppermint and lemongrass tea from the Amsterdam Tea Room, which is a local tea house here in the city. I bought a really big bag of it, and I love it. And it is a delightful evening tea post-exercise workout, which I am. So I'm enjoying a cup of tea.
Nice.
And of course, a
I,
giant Christmas mug.
well, obviously, because Christmas in July.
Yes. Though it'll
Uh,
be a giant Christmas mug tomorrow, and it'll be August. So Christmas in August?
no, tomorrow's still the 31st, so it'll still be July.
Ooh. I know how to read a calendar, I swear.
Oh, I've got the
What are you
post-con,
reading?
like, tired headache going on. I was drinking some iced tea, but I finished it and then I brushed my teeth so that I can go collapse into bed when, immediately after we're done. But I was drinking some
That's fair.
fruit infusion wild berry cocktail, the stuff that you gave me. I turned it into an iced
Ooh,
tea and it made a really fantastic iced tea. And so I think
good. It
I've
does.
got one more pitcher's worth left, so I'm looking forward to
Ooh.
that.
Yeah, I did a destashing of my tea collection and offered it up to the Ladies of Knit Club. Mostly because I find I keep buying new teas, and I won't drink all the teas that I currently have because I go through cycles. Sometimes you like stuff, and then you kind of grow out of it. So I
It's fair.
regift it to good homes, so
It's fine.
which works.
I've been rapidly going through all of my fruit teas making iced tea this summer, so I appreciate the addition to the fruit tea stash.
No problem. It'll probably happen again in the fall too, so you know what's up. All right, shall we jump into some woolly workings?
Yeah. Do we want to start with the joint finished object?
Sure, you've
Oh,
got it. So we
okay.
should put it on display.
Ugh.
We crocheted item, you guys, in like a
Yes,
week.
and it is for the first time ever a fully joint project. We both worked on the Natsu scarf.
We did both work on the Natsu scarf.
Mostly Jocelyn did the Natsu scarf, and I just she had done these strips here that are well, they're like 10, 12 stitches wide,
I think they're 10 wide, and each section is broken up and 10 in length.
something like that.
So
I was
10
not
stitches
counting.
wide, 10 stitches long. Yeah.
And then there's black stripe, and then another bunch of white, and blah blah blah, and then they're just single crocheted together with black. So I did the single crocheting the strips together at con. Same
Yes, we have the
escalator,
video.
different con. Check our Instagram if you want to see that video. It goes nicely with the Wonder
Oh
Woman shawl
man.
video from Comic Con back in October.
Do you see, now the thing is that's your thing.
That's my
So
thing.
come C4 this year, you got to do it again. You got to
Yeah.
have a project there that you're working on the escalator.
Yeah. That I have to
Yeah.
wear like the next day.
Yes.
Even if it's just
There's
like
your
the toe on
challenge.
or like the end of some socks or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's got to be
It's got to
something.
be a
So I
thing
just think
now.
that
Anyway.
it's like putting stuff on your head. It's got to happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is
Oh
a
yeah.
minimum viable scarf.
There are more strips, you guys.
There's
I
supposed to be
swear I
one.
made
There's
more.
supposed to be one more strip, and it could do with being another two to
Couple
four sections
Wait.
longer, I think.
Well, we'll add the length and then one extra strip. We've definitely got the white for it, so.
Yeah, we've put enough time and effort into this cosplay. It's gonna come out again, so we'll just keep working on it and making it better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Scarf. Sorry, it's not a single crochet in those white squares.
Oh yes, it is a half double crochet.
Half double crochet. Yeah.
Natsu scarf.
No pattern. If somebody wants a pattern, I've got the project page up on my Ravelry, and I've got it linked to the Northern Knits podcast Ravelry group.
It'll
so
also be
I
linked
can
in the show notes.
It is. So we'll get some photos and stuff once it's done, and I'll get it up, and it's not a problem. We'll update the project page, but.
Oh yes, and this is the Natsu coat behind me here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a lot of work last week, guys.
Yeah, you did. I really appreciate it.
And I did a lot of other work that had nothing to do with convention work, and I didn't get nearly
That work
done.
was not important. If it wasn't for the convention, it was not important.
Do you know, I think there'll be many people out there that would argue that point with you.
No, the right people know that the convention stuff was more important. The right people.
Okay. The right people, as opposed to the wrong people?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, wrong people are mature, responsible adults. All right, what else do we have this week for working on stuff and things?
I have 3 other things, one of which is being held up till you return my crochet hook.
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry about that. It's sitting on my table. I meant to give that back to you at the con, and I forgot.
Okay.
I had it with me too. I just totally forgot about it.
It's alright, it's not the end of the world. I won't die. It's a crochet hook. The project can sit on hold for a while. I'm sorry, I'm just about done a row here on a sock, so. I went through my stash, because I'm doing stash dash, and I decided I really wanted to start making winter hats. So I have the first 3 rows of a pattern done for winter hats.
Ooh.
And it is done out of some Charisma yarn. It's just a color changing acrylic yarn that I have from white to black. And I did tonal shifts in through a gray to get there. But I don't remember the name of the hat. I found the pattern. It was really cute. It's got a flower on it. But I will make sure that the project page is up and ready so Diana can link it in the show notes for everybody.
Yep, linked in the show notes.
So you can find our show notes at our webpage, which is www.northernknitspodcast.com.
In fact.
So this will turn into a hat, like right now. It's not a hat. Like, it's on my head. It's not a hat. But when I get my 6mm sized crochet hook back, I can continue work on it and turn it into a hat.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I've been working on that. I have 2 more projects after that to talk about.
So do I.
Oh, would you like to go?
I know. I started the second pair of my... Come here. The second of my June socks. Oh, this blends in. This kind of looks like a hat if I hold it up right on my head.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I've got the toe of a second sock.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So same as the other sock, it'll be a wedge toe, a plain vanilla foot, a fish lips kiss heel, and then a cute little cable right up the back.
Oh, wonderful.
And if you recall...
That's in the Midnight Cravings yarn, right?
That is in Midnight Cravings, the teal color, that'll be the cuffs, toe, and heel, is called, pause to think, Curtain Call. And
I was like, I feel like we need to have those that music you hear on Jeopardy.
do 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 do.
Yeah, that
And
stuff.
this speckly yarn is called. Oh my goodness!
Cinema.
It was. Thank you. It was.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
goodness! The words today are not coming.
Oh
Anyway,
man, I
this
put
is
that
the
yarn
other
on my
sock.
face. Now my nose is itchy.
This is the other sock. Cute little cable right up the back, and I've put a lifeline in the top
Mhm.
so that I can use up absolutely all the yarn I've got. Make sure that the socks are the same height, and then make my cuffs the same because
Beautiful.
I don't care if like the colors match or anything, but my sock height has to match. The
Has to be the
stripes don't
same.
have to match. The colors don't have to match. It can be two totally different pairs of socks, but
I'm
the
with you.
height must match.
Absolutely.
Hence,
Well, because when the
lifeline.
heights don't match, it's weird.
It is weird. Oh, and that, of
But
course, is all in my Dragon Fiber Bags Curse Your Sudden But Inevitable Betrayal bag.
I'm so excited you enjoyed that yarn I bought you.
It's fantastic. I'm so excited to put these on my
Yay.
feet. I think they're going to be my softest pair of socks.
Fibers on my nose. Now my nose is itchy.
All right.
It doesn't help the allergies any.
Oh, I just got fiber on my nose too. Oh, I'm going to be sneezing in a second. I
Well,
apologize.
it happens.
Sniffle, sniffle, sniffle.
It's life.
There's fiber in my nose. All right.
You get used to it after a while, like constantly being itchy.
What else would be? Oh,
Words.
professional outfit right here.
Nope.
What are you
Not
working
even
on?
remotely. I am still working on my June socks. We're almost at the end of July. I am finally got better. My wrist is better. I don't have any more pain anymore when I knit, so I should be able to pick up speed on stuff. So that's exciting. I'm still supposed to take frequent breaks, but you guys, I broke a tiny bone in my wrist. Okay.
Ooh.
It hurts a lot when I do stuff. So I am working on my Dreaming of Spring socks, which is a colorway from Dye for You. I'm doing mine two at a time, toe up. I finally mastered my toes. So I'm going to try the Fish Lips Kiss heel in this one because I'm learning sock patterns. And we will go from there. So I'm 2/3 of the way to my heels.
I like.
So
I think I like. Anyway, it is interesting to me that one sock looks more colored and one sock looks more whiter.
yeah, no, because they're definitely not matching socks. Like it's not meant to be striped colorway. It's just a variegated skein of yarn.
Oh, did
So
we
you
describe
definitely
the
have that
colors
sort of.
for audio listeners?
Oh, we did not. It goes from a white into like a sort of mossy green color.
With some blues
Lichen.
in there, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's got a
yeah.
couple of shades
But
of
we're
green and some blue.
definitely truly variegated, so you get like a marbling effect
Mm-hmm.
rather than a stripe effect, which I'm really enjoying.
They look really good.
I mean, obviously, we're looking at them inside out because that's how my socks get knit up is inside out.
Also,
They look just as
webcam over
good the other way.
questionable internet. So.
What?
I
Are
know.
you saying the internet could potentially not be super true and accurate?
Perish the thought. No, I mean everything on the internet is true.
All right. I have one other thing.
I also have one other thing.
Oh, is it your wedding shawl?
Yeah, it's my gazebo cathedrals.
It's your gazebo cathedrals?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I was really bad this week and I barely knit on this at all. I barely did any knitting this week. Like the most I did was working on that scarf at con. It was just
Oh, Diana.
it was a weird busy week that did not leave a lot of time for knitting. Anyway, I'll hold up the
It's
attractive side of the shawl with all the pretty stitch markers.
the attractive side as opposed to the unattractive side?
Yeah, the
I'm
attractive.
sure the shawl looks pretty on both sides.
I mean, but this is the more attractive side with the pretty stitch markers from String Bling. There's a link in the show notes, which are linked to in the description box.
Absolutely.
Or in the episode notes section of your podcast app.
Ooh, fancy wordage.
Yeah, those are the best words I'm gonna have all evening. Okay, there we go. There we go. So there's my gazebo cathedral section, and yeah, I forgot to move my progress keeper last week, so it looks it looks like I've done a lot. Let's find that bit here. It looks like I've done a lot, but I forgot to move it, so I think I only did 3, maybe 4 rows.
Oh
So
no.
it's
Okay.
really just this bit here that I've, let's get my fingers out of the way. It's just kind of this bit in here that I've done this week.
Okay.
But it's coming right along. My counting app was reminding me today that it is 19 days. So
Yes.
this shawl is not going to get a beaded edging. It's just going to get to the end of chart 3, and then I'm going to bind it off. And then later, after the wedding, I will unpick my bind off and put on an edging with all the pretty beads. But it's not going to have
Well,
an
yeah.
edging for the wedding, and that's okay. That
Well,
is
that just
okay.
means you can join us in the Evening Star Knit Along that we're doing with a couple of girls that I'm doing with a
Yes.
couple
Oh,
of
right.
ladies from the
I
Knit
should
Club.
mention the
So,
pattern. I've been calling it my wedding shawl, but the pattern is the Even Star Shawl by Susan Pandorf. This thing is going to be roughly 5 feet across when I'm done, give or take, especially take because I'm not putting on the edging right away.
that's fine.
And I'm doing it out of, it's in lace weight yarn. Oh, the ball band's not over here. Forever Yarn, I believe, which is 100% lamb's wool. So it's a two ply? Two ply with a slight halo. Anyway,
I
it's
mean,
going to
don't look
be.
at me and ask if you don't have the ball band. I'm super hooped. I'm not in the same house. I don't have the
It's
ball
linked in
band.
the show notes. It's properly linked in the show notes.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so that's me.
You always catch me mid sock row.
Okay, well, I could talk about more things, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
it's fine. My last project that I've been working on, which currently lives in the coffee bag that Diana got me for my birthday from Dragon Fiber Arts, is the Exploration Station shawl. It's a Stephen West pattern. I've been working on it in conjunction with other podcasters, and Diana, when her wedding is over, she's going to jump in and join us for the Across the Prairies Cal.
Yeah.
So I
I do
have
have it. I have it
not been,
sitting right here. I just haven't worked on it, so I don't talk about it. But it's right. It is right here.
which is totally fair. We
Oh, hey,
started
I
this.
found gift yarn in here.
What?
I should clean up more often. I
You guys,
forgot.
you guys.
I'm like, why isn't the skein in my project bag isn't wound? But Jocelyn was so nice and wound all my skeins for me. Oh no, wait, it's gift yarn. Never mind.
I'm gonna drink my tea and roll my eyeballs. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm just gonna put that in my big stash bin right here next to me. I'm just
You guys, this is what I have
Yeah.
to deal with if I
Yeah.
don't take her seriously.
I am a
So,
responsible adult, really. Yeah,
no,
that's
you're
my
not,
tiny little
but
bit
that's
that I
okay.
haven't touched since the first cast on day.
You're adorable.
I know. All right, let's see
Adorable.
you in all your beautiful
So,
colors, an actual thing that looks like a shawl.
so we cast it on July the 1st. I have not been rushing this, you guys. There's been other stuff on my plate. So this is my color A, which is one of my skein of yarns from Dye for You, which is, no, that was a campfire. And one of the skeins from Knitted Wolf Luxury Yarns, which is my color D. And I am currently working on Wedge the 6th, which means this is the last wedge before brioche, folks.
Ooh,
I've
and
never brioached before, so
it's
if we
very
think I'm
exciting.
slow now,
The shawl is going to be my first brioche too.
I'm super pumped. Let's
Sounds
see,
like a
which
little
side's
kid
the
book.
right
My
side,
first
so we can show you
brioche.
the pretty side. So I have done colors
Ooh,
1, 2, yeah, I've done 5 wedges, and I just started the 6th wedge this morning.
that's
So
pretty.
I've
Oh,
got it coming up really nicely.
we haven't described, or you
If
haven't
you
described all
guys,
your colors.
I will describe my colors, but I'll also let everybody know if they want to have something better than my wordage to go to Instagram, because I take photos of this all the time. I'm so happy with it. I've got color A, which is sort of the banding stripe. If you've seen the Stephen West pattern for the Exploration Station, my color A is a gray, and he uses a black in that space, so it divides all of the other colors. My color B is the other Dye for You that I have that I don't remember the name of, but it is a beautiful green
It was
variegated yarn.
Spring in Your Step, I
Is it
think.
spring in your step?
Your dye for you had two green dye for yous that were both spring related.
Well, yeah, because that makes total sense in my brain. I had a skein of yarn fall on the floor. Cat's gonna get it.
You'll never see it again.
Oh, I'll see it again. It'll be right by her food dish because that's where she takes all my yarn.
Ah,
And
feed
then
me
my
mortal.
colors, yep. My color C and my color D are the Knit Wolf Luxury Yarn skeins that I won. And one of them is a sort of, they're both darker. One goes from a dark or sort of like a mid-tone moss green into a dark green, almost black. And the other one is got a sort of blue purple variegation to it. So
So pretty.
It's turning out really well and nice and moody.
It
Like
is.
I like the rich kind of moody colors that we're getting out of this and the balance between the darker knitted wolf, which is freaking beautiful to knit with.
Oh, and it's so
So
pretty to look
gotta
at.
buy
It's a wonder I
gotta
haven't
buy
run
some more
off
of
with your
this.
skeins, honestly.
It's because I'm working on them and then I know where you live and I'd hunt you down.
I know. I wouldn't get
And
away
then
with it.
say, you have a job by your own.
Yes, but I like yours. They're so pretty.
By your own.
Oh, fine.
So whenever I find my granny skein, I don't know where it went. You guys, it ran away. I
Here,
am
yarn,
so
yarn, yarn, yarn.
blind. I'm so blind, it's not even funny some days. Okay, it'll show up eventually. So it lives in my bag. It goes with me everywhere. It is my travel project. You can see, like, literally, I've got a skein that fell on the floor somewhere. But that's the only other project I've been working on. So that's it. I'm going to disappear off screen for a second. Whoops!
Oh, that sounded exciting.
Almost fell off the couch.
Well, don't do that.
This is how I injured my wrist last time, falling off solid stable surfaces. All right, found the screen. I found the skein. That's the important part. The cat didn't get it. She likes fingering white yarn. She finds it quite fun to make art installations with. Me,
Ooh.
not so much. She's not even one yet, guys. We're still a kitten.
So that brings us to some yarn on the go.
It does. Our yarn did go places.
Our yarn
And I
went.
even worked on mine.
I worked on the scarf at the places. My yarn came with me. I only worked on the scarf.
I worked on my socks while we were at Icon this weekend, only really during lunch.
Yep. My sock toe posed for a picture, and then I was too busy drinking coffee to actually knit. Coffee was more required at the time.
Dude, we were having mochas.
I know. It was
Which
great.
was totally the right call.
It absolutely was. I wouldn't have made it through
Totally
the
the
day
right call.
without that.
Yeah, so I did do a little bit of work on my sock, but most of the convention was taken up with staring at everybody's amazing costumes and talking to people. And Diana can tell you, I can talk to people.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
So we should probably explain Icon. AI-KON is the local anime convention. It happened this past weekend, and
It's a big convention for the city.
I mean, C4 is
It's not as big as C4,
no.
but C4 is a more generalized. It's not
Yeah.
quite as specific. Yeah.
So this one is
C4 is sort of like pop culture, so you get
it pretty much is pop culture
yeah.
at this point, because nerdism has become mainstream, which I both like and see the drawbacks of, but I don't want to get into that right now. That's like a whole essay.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about anime. It was fun. Anime was good. I learned about some animes, and I learned about some weird corners of the internet. And
that you'll never go visit.
Yeah, it was interesting. I went to
Friday night. I bailed on Diana and Mr. B, and I told my boyfriend and my girlfriend to go have a good date, and I left them.
Yeah. And so
and said, "Cheers, goodbye. I gotta go to bed."
So me and my future brother-in-law went to the panel, the 18 plus panel, how to flub a hentai dub.
Don't Google hentai, people. Like,
if you don't
I
know what it is, don't Google it. Just don't do it. It is not safe for work.
Don't. No.
It is
no.
just
It's not safe for children.
It's just not safe.
It's not safe for. No,
it's just not safe. If you don't already
it.
know what it is, don't Google it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. I knew kind of what I was getting into, but I didn't really realize the full extent. So Mr. B and I have shared an experience. And I'm going to leave it at that.
And you'll never talk about it again.
Nope. Never again.
Jocelyn went home.
I finished the scarf.
Yep.
During the panel.
And, each year you go to Icon, you learn a little bit more and more about why I don't attend some things.
Yeah, I'm good. I've seen that one now. I don't need to go to any more hentai panels.
Yep, that's
no
good.
desire to go to hentai bingo.
That's fair. It's totally fair. So,
we learned how to
yarn
make
on the go
sushi.
was
We learned how to make sushi.
We did learn how to make sushi.
We'll post that.
And it turns out
this week.
that I didn't take the photo. You took the photo.
Yes, the photo will go up on Instagram sometime this week.
We did do some video clips and stuff, so Patreon members for July will get a little video of that in early August of Icon, of the costumes and cosplays that we saw, and that the coats that I made for Diana and for Mr. B, as well as some of the other stuff that we did. So that's the Patreon perk for the month. It's going to be a little montage video
Dance.
of
Dancing.
our weekend
Dance.
and your yoga Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. I love that picture. I did yoga in a toothless kigu. That's
Onesie.
yes,
Most people are going to know it as a onesie.
yeah. There is actually
Yeah.
a difference between a
There
kigu
is.
kigu. Oh my gosh, I can't. A kigu. I'm just gonna call it kigu. I can't say the whole word right now.
You're going to say kugu? Kigu? Okay.
Kigu. And a onesie.
There's a big difference.
The main difference being that the kigu has the crotch down around the knees for like extra mobility, I guess, whereas a
Yes.
onesie does not. It
Yeah.
has normal pants. Normal pants. Whatever. That's the main difference. Anyway, so I was toothless and I did yoga as toothless, and
We
it
walked
was
around all Sunday and
exhausting.
people were really excited and taking your photo because they
Yeah.
were so happy to see a toothless.
It was good. I bought it as an impulse purchase at last Icon, and it was my favorite impulse purchase that I've ever made. It wasn't a
I
cheap
think
impulse purchase either,
my
but it was a
favorite
good one.
impulse so far has been my Master Pig.
He's pretty cute.
I have him. He's sitting on the coffee table right here. Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop. If you have Netflix, you can find the anime. It's called Seven Deadly Sins. Not kid appropriate, okay?
No, very much no.
No. No matter how cute this stuffed pig is that I'm currently holding up on screen, and it is a very cute pink stuffed pig, complete with little squiggly tail in the
Oh,
back.
he's so cute. Oh, he's got little heart-shaped dots. I didn't realize.
Yes, he's got his little markings that say who he is.
He's so cute.
And this is the master of scrap disposal, the Boar Hat, in the Seven Deadly Sins anime. And when he runs, the person who voices the pig, because it's an anime, of course it's a talking pig.
Of course.
It goes Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop, Piggy Chop. So that's what I've been doing for the last day. You guys, my brain's fried.
Yeah.
I did, however, manage to pick up something that was knitting related at an anime convention. What? So I will hold it up because we're talking about Yarn on the Go. Why not? We're talking about Icon. Let's just plug it all in here.
Oh, I also got
And
something
3
knitting related,
stitches
but I'm not
going
going
in
to hold
my
it
top.
up because
Look,
I
three stitches.
I got something knitting related. I have Knit Club's presents, but I know
Yeah,
at least one
don't
of them
show us.
like listens or something at least.
She
So
listens.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
show them just in case they're watching. So secrets.
And I will
Secrets.
pretend to be surprised.
Yes. You were there.
I was there. I picked up another piece of artwork from an artist I really enjoy.
Oh yeah, I forgot
And it's
about
called Lord of the Sheep.
that. I love that painting. If you didn't get that, I probably would have got that.
So it's a cartoon style painting. I have a buffalo that I actually got as my fourth first 4-year anniversary present from Mr. B last C4 because our anniversary is in November, so C4 happens just before anniversary. It's got a nice light blue background, and at the bottom you've got a couple different colored sheep, some gray sheep and some white sheep, and then I think this is a llama or an
I think so.
alpaca. I can never tell. I can never tell the difference between the llama and an alpaca. I'm sorry. That is
I
my own
looked up what the
deficiency. I need to
difference
fix that.
was. No, wait. I asked your Google to tell me what the difference was the other day, and I
Yeah,
don't remember what it
and
said.
I don't remember what it said either, but we've got an alpaca or a llama in the middle that just stands above it, and it's called Lord of the Sheep is the print piece. So.
Also, a great thing is the llama's tongue is sticking out and it's going.
Yeah, yeah. So
It just
super
makes
happy.
it.
This is one of the artists that I do collect because I do love their work. So it's gonna go up on my wall next to my buffalo.
Yeah.
So once that happens, I'll take a picture and I'll post it on Instagram so people who are audio listeners can also see the print as well too. So
Yes, and you should
I
send
will
me
do
that
that.
info so I can link it in the show notes because I don't have their card or anything.
Will do. And I will continue to collect their stuff because I really enjoy it. It was $63 for that print, and I paid it without blinking an eyeball. That tells you how much I enjoy their artwork. Almost, almost got Lady Cluxtington the Third, but I feel like she needs to come home with the little chicks beside her. So I will probably pick that up the next time I see them at a booth. I know there won't be a C4 this year, so I'll probably have to wait to Icon next year, that's fine.
Okay.
I will just pick it up then. But that was the only other thing that I sort of picked up at C4 that could even remotely be related to knitting.
It was just generally a really good time. I had fun.
It was a very enjoyable time.
So tired.
I love going every year. And now we've got friends and stuff to meet up with next year because we'll have the guys from the Thunder Geeks from Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Right, yes.
We'll have to hang out with them next time. And the guys at Frontier LARP too, so.
Yeah, and the guy from the anime convention in Fargo. Anime Fargo?
Anime Fargo, yeah. Chris. Yeah, so we definitely
Chris?
made some friends and conventions, and there's too many Chris's. That's just kind of how it works. So we made a bunch of friends and contacts, which is really good. I'm super excited. Mm-hmm.
Well, we've sort of already talked about it, but so little time.
Behind Diana, you can see part of a coat that was part of her cosplay costume. There's still more stuff to be done, detail-wise. Requires more fittings and stuff, which we just didn't have time for. But I spent a majority of last week sewing that coat, or finishing that coat up, and finishing the vest I made for Lucy, Heartfilia, which are the two of the three characters we gender bent for Icon. So there are photos on our Instagram page. There'll be some photos and stuff that only go up on the Patreon feed for those who donated $5 or more for us this month. And we're definitely sort of starting to spread the love. I even posted a photo of Mr. B as Lucy Heartfilia posing next to another lady who is there who had dressed up as one of the celestial spirits, Virgo, which was so cool to see. Yeah,
because of course Mr. B did the full character summoning of
so good.
Just like yelling in the middle of the convention floor.
Everybody loved it.
It was great.
Everybody loved it.
Awesome.
Everybody was so excited and happy and laughing. So
I got to face off with another Natsu.
You did that picture I did post because that needed to go up.
Yeah,
so
that was fun. That was really fun.
This week I started working on a dress.
Woo! That sounded really excited.
That sounded super excited, you guys.
We were talking about anime, and then I just go into like anime fangirl mode, and like, everything's exciting.
So I'm doing this one, which is the shorter T-length dress. So I just drafted the pattern today onto craft paper because it's a bit sturdier than the tissue paper when I'm cutting it out. Because if I like it, I'd like to be able to make it again. And because I've done that, that means all the other sizes, because I haven't cut the tissue paper, are available to me.
Smart.
So that's why I draft my patterns out, and then I tuck the tissue paper back in here and do that. So it just got drafted today. I haven't cut the fabric, but I do have the fabric and the lining for everything. So I'm going to work on that. So in a couple of weeks, I'll have a finished dress. So
that's cool.
I feel like I need to do something summery. It's summertime. So that last week, so little time was that. And then today I was doing a bit of drafting patterns. So I do enjoy it. My dad told me to order in the parts for my old new hot stuff for my Singer. He's going to replace my electrical thing for me, my electrical cord, because it's an old, it's like out of the tabletop old 25-pound heavy cast iron Singer sewing machine. So like it's a beefer.
Oh yes, with one of those power cords that you're like, this is probably okay, but it might also start a fire.
Yeah, so I wanna replace the cord, which is fine. I bought it before it's been refurbished, and I'm gonna have to put the effort in to refurbish it. But I can't see well enough to replace the cord anymore on my own, so I was gonna have to take it in. But my dad's like, well, no, I've done that before for you guys for sewing machines and stuff. So he says he'll do it for me. So I'm gonna order in the parts that I need, and I'll do the stuff I can, and the stuff I can't, Dad said he'll do when he brings his granddaughter home in the end of August. So
awesome. Well, that's cool.
I'm very excited because it'll make sewing thicker fabrics a lot easier. Yeah, so that's so little time. I did finished up a coat and a vest last week, and I started a new project this week.
Ooh. So that just brings us to events.
It does. Do you remember everything we're doing?
Let me try. So for things we're running, we have Year of the Sock.
Yep.
Which we are both failing at. thank you to all of you who are showing us up. I believe Mystery Sewer in our Ravelry group is showing us up with another 3 pairs of socks last I checked this month alone.
Really?
Yeah,
My
again.
God, that's amazing.
So thank you,
Oh,
everybody who's showing us up. And
man,
if you
that
think
is
you
so
can show
cool.
us up, then please pop on over to our Ravelry group. We are Northern Knits Podcast, and post your finished pair of adult socks in the monthly finished objects thread. And at the
Mm-hmm,
end of the year,
mm-hmm.
people will be entered to win a prize. The
Woohoo!
point of the whole thing was to learn how to knit socks,
Yes.
which we are succeeding at, so it's technically a success. The other
I am
point
learning
was
how to knit socks.
the other point was to have 12 finished pairs of socks at the end of the year, which we were both failing miserably at.
I suspect all of my
But we're
Christmas giving for
learning.
myself in December are going to be socks.
We're learning. I'm
Oopsies.
happy. I learned how to do cables without a cable needle. That was great. What else have I learned? I have learned that I like vanilla socks with self-striping yarn. Is my
Yeah.
preferred kind of sock.
I'm going to yawn. I'm sorry.
I learned how to do an
Damn
afterthought
nose is
heel,
so itchy.
which was great right up until I realized I had to graft the heel closed, and I hate grafting. So I'm learning.
Ooh.
We're learning. It's a learning experience. So it's a
And you've cut your
success,
yarn.
technically. Yes,
And you cut your yarn.
I had to cut my knitting. That was exciting. I'll link to that. We did that. I did that on the podcast a while back, so I'll link
Yes,
to
you
that.
did. Absolutely. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
It was terrifying, and then I did it, and it actually wasn't that bad. So it was
Yeah,
okay.
well, because everyone can see your hands doing the cutting and get everything prepped, and you can hear my voice as I wander back and forth across my apartment doing other things because it wasn't stressing me out in the slightest.
I was very stressed, you guys. So stressful. And then it was fine, and it turned out great. And I don't even remember what pair of socks I did that on now.
That's totally fine. We are also currently hosting, running, participating in a Across the Prairies Cow with 3 other podcasts. The lovely ladies from A Tale of Two Knitters here in Manitoba, as well as Feathered Stitches and Cozy App Knits out of Alberta. And we are all knitting. Well, most of us are knitting. 2 of the sisters from the Cozy Apps are from the Cozy Up Knits ladies. There's 4 sisters aren't making the shawl, which is totally fine.
I will be joining in more wholeheartedly after my wedding shawl is blocked. So on the
Well, yeah,
12th,
but
we're having the blocking party on the 12th. That sucker's getting blocked. And then I'm going to
yes,
knit on the exploration station, and it's going to be great.
yeah. So it runs till the end of September, and there are 4 prize entries. So if you still definitely have time to join. Like we've still got more than enough time. I kind of like that 3 months to complete a project sort of idea because it gives everybody a chance to sort of wrap up what they're working on if they prefer to work on 1 or 2 projects at a time only and still have a chance to join in with us. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the Stephen West Exploration Station. You saw my progress earlier on the episode, and you'll have till the end of the 30th to enter it in 4 different podcasts for
30th
prizes.
of September.
30th of September, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
So that's
Good.
going on. Jocelyn's going to learn to brioche in approximately less than a wedge.
I'll join you eventually.
That's totally fine.
Eventually.
That's fine, because about the time when you're starting your Stephen West, I gotta be casting on my Evening Star shawl, so you're going to have to help me with that.
Okay. That's not so
Because
bad.
lace weight yarn.
It's not so bad.
No, I don't think it's going to be super. I'm just going to have to be slow and be careful with what I'm doing, which is fine. But I'm not starting that till after Stash Dash, which is something we are both currently participating in. Me officially, and you just because for fun and you can, which
Just
makes total
unofficially.
sense to me.
I have
So,
the super chillax goal of 3K.
mhm.
The shawl all on its own is 1.5, and then my assorted socks, if I can actually finish the pairs by the ends of the month, which I think I can actually do,
Woohoo.
those will bring me to 3K, which is better than
Wonderful.
the 1K I did last year, so improving. Therefore,
If you're a
success.
new listener, and you don't know what Stash Dash is, it is a summer knit along that's hosted by the Knit Girls with girls with 3 L's. They have been on YouTube for over 8 years.
Oh my goodness. Can't
Yeah,
imagine doing this for 8 years.
they just did episode 400. My brain's like 400. Oh my god. That's crazy. I mean, sweet
Oh
and,
my goodness.
more power to them and I hope they continue to enjoy it and do it for more years because I've enjoyed watching them for a long time. So, But they every year during Laura's school break, because she's a teacher, we they host this big thing where you can sign up for different kilometers, uh, lengths in space for your marathon of knitting through the summer to dash some stash, as the case may be. I'm crazy. I went for 15K and above,
And you're
and I have
smashing
till the
that goal.
20th. I'm doing really well. I have till the 27th of August because that's when it closes. So I'm not starting any new projects outside the exploration station and socks till after the 27th. And that's what I sort of decided to do because I wanted to focus on getting a lot of my projects off my plate. And I'm comfortable having 15 or 16 works and projects on the go at any given point in time. Like it doesn't stress me out. So there's a bunch of rules. The ladies are great at updating the rules every year and giving everyone a video. But if you wanted to do a small goal, you still got 28 days.
Yeah, because it's the end of August.
27th of August.
Okay, close
Yeah.
to the end of August.
Yeah. So
End-ish.
there's still some times. So I am closing in on finishing that up for the year.
Excellent.
That's a lot of knitting, guys.
It
And
really
crochet
is.
work for me. Yeah. So that's another one. In the fall, there will more than definitely be more stuff coming up as far as knit alongs go because
Mm-hmm.
it's me.
Oh
And if
yes.
you've watched this for a while, you know my tendency to go, oh, that looks like fun. Let's join that too.
Uh-huh.
I'm crazy that way.
Fall is also the season of fiber festivals.
It is. We've
So
got two we're going to this fall
we will
that
be
we know about right
attending,
now.
yes, for now, we will be attending the Manitoba Fiber Festival, September 15th and 16th, I believe, middle of
Mm,
September at
I
the
think so,
Assiniboia
yeah.
Downs. Proper dates are definitely linked in the show notes. And at the end of September, we will be attending Knit City in Vancouver. We have flights booked for that, question mark?
We do, yes.
Whee! So we get to fly at
Flights are
reasonable
booked.
hours.
Flights are booked, hotels booked, everything's booked, and after your wedding, I think we both go into save mode. So we have money when we get out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the general
that's the
plan.
other thing to do.
Yeah, it's good.
So that is happening.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. Then we'll be full on into holidays and Christmas seasons for us. So
Yeah.
that'll definitely ramp up. The only other big thing I for sure have on the plate for the year is Grinch Along,
Mm.
which is something that the Knitmore girls host every year. The idea being that you stop knitting for Christmas presents for this year as of the 1st of December.
Yep.
So after the last day of November, no more knitting for anybody but yourself. Well, you can knit presents for birthdays in January and stuff, but you cannot knit
For that
anything
Christmas,
for that Christmas.
which I
So if
really
you want to
like.
cast on a sweater for somebody for next Christmas, totally fine. So I've done it 3 years. This will be my third year participating. I have always successfully managed to participate, and I've always really enjoyed it. So I have every intention of finishing my Christmas knits by the end of November and knitting for myself as of December. So you guys will start seeing Christmas knits. In fact, you have seen some stuff I'm working on that are Christmas knits for people. So
I'll start making my the rest of my year of the sock will probably be for other people for Christmas. And there's my Christmas knitting
that's that's fine. That
because
works.
everybody just wants socks. I've started asking people, and they're like, "Socks? Really? Just want socks?" So everybody's just gonna get some vanilla socks.
Why not? If that's what they want, do it up.
Yep.
A lot of my family like shawls. We like go figure. We live in Canada and we like to have stuff up around our necks when it's cold outside.
Really?
Shocking. I know.
And
I
it's
know.
like they want to
Shocking.
have like cozy wool stuff on their feet too. I,
Yep. Yep.
who
That
knew?
makes total sense to me. Who knew? Who knew? So I know for sure there'll be other knit alongs and stuff that pop up for me. So that's definitely a thing.
I think that wraps up events.
Well, that and tomorrow is the bi-weekly knit nosh down at across
Oh,
the board.
yes.
So I'll be off at that tomorrow, which will just be the day before the podcast goes live. So if you're seeing this and you live in Winnipeg and you'd like to come, Facebook find across the board, which is a gaming cafe here in the city, and they will have links for events that they host, and Knit and Nosh is one of them. And you could come see me and Knit on Tuesday and have lunch.
Their website will be linked in the show notes,
Ooh,
and you
goodies.
can find a calendar of events, which I think links to the Facebook events.
I believe so, yeah.
Alrighty then. I do believe that is everything. As I hold my head
Yep.
onto my head. I'm gonna hold my hat onto my head. I'm holding my head
What?
on. I'm holding my head on. That's the sentence I was trying to say.
You're holding your head on?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I'm tired.
I believe it. So am I. I'll be tired for the next couple of days. Kind of how it works.
Yep. No regrets, but tired.
No regrets. No regrets. Totally worth it. Can't wait to do it again. So, that was actually more concise than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I think we must
Go us.
We must both be very tired.
I think so, yeah.
So enjoy the short episode this week.
My nose is itchy. Yeah.
All
yeah.
right, let's
I'll
wrap
say
this
until
thing up.
next week. I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Oh, that was off.
You know,
Don't care.
it always sounds off to me,
Don't
so I
even
don't
care.
know.
Done. Ship it.
Ship it.
Ship
Ship
it.
it.